Hello there, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager Therapy. I'm your host, Rich Owens, and joining me this week, I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you can physically see them. Look at everybody. It is the full FM team. Kev's here, Jeb's here, Callum's here. I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's been a while since we were all together. Normally we go Kev first, but it's been so long. Jeb, hello, mate. How are we? Welcome.
I thought we were just having a little chat. I didn't know I was recording a podcast. You duped me in here. I'm supposed to be on hiatus. I'm injured. I'm really injured, but never mind. I'm all right. I'm all right, thank you. I guess I can bring a save update to you eventually, but yeah, because I've not done one of them for, 10, 20 podcasts. I don't even know. I'm probably going to be repeat a load of stuff that you already know anyway. But I'm okay. Lots of playoffs prepping this past week. As we talk, it's the morning of the actual playoffs. So I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's already happened. So congratulations. Well done on that big win. Rich Owens. Well done. Well done on winning the FM playoffs. No one expected you to be there, but well done on winning.
I was as surprised as anybody else, considering I was out for it. But yeah, so whoever took over for me, whoever snuck into my office and played the game for me, I appreciate you enormously. We could do the most Sizzlack, can't we? Congratulations, winner of the playoffs. We'll just dub it in afterwards. We're glad you're here, pal. It's lovely to have you back. And thank you for letting the physio come around and just give you injection to get you through pod. It was massively appreciated. You were asleep, so it was easier to do. Somebody who's here consistently and needs no injections to perform. My good friend Kev, how are you this morning, pal?
I'm doing great. I've even got the right way to turn. I mean, we're getting there.
Have.
It's taken us, 30 podcasts or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're getting there anyway. I'm doing great. I'm really pleased to be here. Great to see all of you lovely guys as well at the same time, which is brilliant. And I'm on the FM playoffs this evening in terms of the panel. So, it is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to my day. What a Sunday.
Exactly. Can't ask for much more, can we? Can't ask for much more. The only thing I could ask for, just to cheer me up, is the world's happiest man who sat directly underneath me. It's Callum. Hello, mate.
Hello. Hi, Rich. How you doing? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy
Indeed.
Father's Day. And obviously you'll listen to this on the Tuesday, but or the Monday, patrons. But yeah, happy Father's Day for whenever. Jeb, that is incredibly off-putting. it's not even there, but it feels like it is. Once again, another good one for audio listeners. I'm really good. I've had a really lovely week. I've turned a week older, a year older. I'm being poked in the face. I've had my birthday this week. When you get older, they just all merge into one. But I am definitely a year older than I was before, so that's good. I've had a really great week, and it's always, as you say, it's an absolute pleasure. Because I'll be honest with you, I have had very few podcasts with that handsome fellow next to me over there. So it's a pleasure to have him involved as well, and all four of us. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? It feels like the stars have aligned. I just want to point out here that I think this is just more of a production note for the four of us. For a predominantly, audio podcast, we really do rely on physical comedy.
We really do.
We really do.
If you're not checking out the YouTube, it's a whole new ball game, I assure you.
That's why you need to get onto YouTube. And Football Manager
absolutely.
That subscribe button, yeah, exactly.
Subscribe.
You get Callum dancing and miming things, and you get all sorts of stuff. It's
we're just constantly looking at each other. It's beautiful.
Can I just say, Callum, as well? It's very sweet that you think as you get older, you don't. It all merges into one. Wait till you get old, and then it's really trust me. It's coming eventually.
We've pointed this out. It's in everyone's contract. If you are a member of the FM team, you are by default 24 forever. So we're all 24. Happy 24th birthday to you, Callum.
Thank you very much.
From earlier this week. Oh, we've got a full dance card today, boys. We've got a full dance card today. Just before we get going, I just want to say thank you to you, the audience, because this week we hit a really cool milestone on podcast. We found out that we have made it to 50,000 50,000. That many, 50,000 listens on Spotify for podcast, which is absolutely amazing. I was a little bit blown away by it, if I'm honest with you, because it's something I've never really looked at. And then there it was. And I was like, oh, well, that's incredibly cool that that's just happened. So from all of us, and also, just going back to the early days, to Matt, to Tony, Alice as well, anybody who's contributed, any guests we've ever had on, thank you for helping our audience. If you've listened to one episode, if this is your first ever listen to Football Manager Therapy, we're delighted to have you. But thank you to everybody that's contributed to that staggering, I'm baffling number. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you all. It means a lot to me personally that people are listening and supporting podcast. Love you all lots. It's really, really good. I say at the end of every podcast, it's not a bit. I do. You're all great. So thank you guys for listening to our podcast, and thanks for sticking with us. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better from here on out because we've got plans. Things are happening. We're going to be talking about things later on, but no, it's been brilliant. Your support has been wonderful. As Jeb said, hop on over to our YouTube as well. Do the subscribing, do the following, do the sharing, do everything on there too, because there's us. If you're listening and you've ever watched on YouTube before, it's this, but with pictures, like moving pictures and talking at the same time. Quite incredible. What a bizarre concept. Technically, as my son pointed out to me the other day, I am a YouTuber, because if you click on YouTube and there's videos of my face, and you click, you press play, now you're a YouTuber now, Dad. I'm like, oh, okay.
We also started putting shorts up there, particularly from the network game this week, where something happened that shouldn't have happened.
There was a development in the network game this week. There was a development. All I'm saying, if you've not seen it, is that Mikel Arteta has left his position at Arsenal.
Yes,
and that's all we'll say. That's all we'll say. Jeb is doing an incredible job with the shorts, by the way. They are. Magnifique. Trey, magnifique. But thank you, everybody. You're all awesome. Keep listening to us. We appreciate you. We've briefly mentioned the network game there, but there have been other things going on with our other saves this week that I think we should probably have a catch up with. Jeb, you mentioned it in your intro. We haven't heard what's going on in Italy for quite a long time with Pescara, but just before we do, very, very briefly, last week, hypothetically, this man here, the United City FM, Kev, he was on the cusp of something special. Kev, do you just want to let us know what's been going on in Hungary just before we hear about Jeb's Italian Odyssey?
So hypothetically, yes, this time last week when we were doing pod, I updated you on my save, and I knew I had basically one stream. It turned into two in the end, Monday and Tuesday, to finish off my season in Hungary, and we were top of the league by a clear margin with about 8 games to go or whatever it was, and a double header against Chelsea in the Europa Conference League semi-final with my Puskas Academia side in Hungary. We didn't get through in the Europa Conference League. Chelsea were far too strong. They were like a brick wall. They beat us like 5-1 or something over the 2 legs. I can't even remember what it was now. I've blanked it from my mind because, to be honest, the celebrations of my league win were just so much, and the parade around the streets of the city and all that stuff. And I was like Jack Grealish. I was completely gone, by the end of Tuesday evening. So I can't really remember what happened everywhere else. But yes, I won in Serbia, not in Serbia, in Hungary.
Oh,
moved to Serbia. I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing. That is a bit of a slip, and it's a bit of a problem because I might have jinxed it. But I'm gonna say it. This is going to be a one and done season in Serbia. It's going so ridiculously well already. I am completely undefeated in about 12 games in the league. Wow. I've won all of them so far. Now, the European Champions League, I've got the likes of Monaco and Liverpool and Juventus and Man City and Galatasaray and stuff to play. Don't think that's going to go as well. But I am absolutely destroying them in the league so far. So yeah, maybe a one and done in Serbia, but Hungary is done. We have moved on. There's a weird situation, just to close this little bit off, where what do you do next? Because you're trying to move forward towards England, but there's a number of countries around Serbia that don't have their leagues in the game, in the vanilla version of the game. So actually what we're doing is, if I win it within 3 in Serbia, then we're going to jump across to Italy. And if I don't win it in 3, we're going to go to Croatia, because there's a couple of other countries in the way between Croatia and England along the journey. So that's the plan. But watch this space, because I genuinely think we're on for a one and done in Serbia. We shall see.
Kev, did you play your first team or your second team in Europe? I've been interested to hear all week.
So, yes, I had won the league a game or two before the Conference League semi-final against Chelsea. So I did flip it. My first team did encounter Chelsea and got absolutely dominated by them. I would imagine there's about 12 players in and around my squad that are incredibly unhappy about that because they were doing so well in the Conference League to that point. But I did flip it and play the reserves side in the last couple of matches in the league and switch the main first team into the Conference League. Didn't quite work out for the Conference League, but we won the league and I'm out of Hungary, and that's really all that matters at this point. So onwards we go into Serbia. It's a lovely time watching your team win all the time. I'm telling you, I can get used to it. Maybe we'll just stay in Serbia. Yeah, off we go. So there you go.
Exactly. There you go. Excellent news. You've made it out. It was nothing hypothetical about it.
No.
And my big takeaway from that is those unhappy Puskas Academia players fall under the remit of not Kev's problem anymore. So should have been better. Just should have tried harder. Fair. There we go. Congratulations, pal. Congratulations. I can feel a one and done, hypothetically, but I can feel it. It's coming. It's there in my hypothetical gut. I've got a hypothetical feeling, so we'll see.
It does help when you take over Svena Zvezda, which is basically the top side Red Star in the country, because their manager won 3 titles in a row and then left to go to play in Germany somewhere. So, yeah, that does help.
Yeah, there is that. That's an added benefit. That is an added benefit. This is the bit I'm super into though. Jeb. How's the fish?
I'm just going to start with Kev. You think Italy's going to be an easy league, my dear boy?
It might be if I could get the Juve job or something, possibly, but we'll see.
You are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. So Serie A with Pescara, I don't know where we left it off. I think Amrani was a thing, and Renier was a thing when we left it last time. Renier got sold. We bought him for 73k. He got 5 seasons out of him in Serie A, and then finally he Tottenham came in. £20.5 million worth of Tottenham came in, and we just couldn't avoid not selling him, so he left. And El Amrani won European Golden Boy, so I was like, "Yep, it's going well, really good." No, he won World's Golden Boy. Shows like he's Moroccan. Really good, really established. He was the 6'5", 19-year-old striker who could dribble at 17, had finishing, had heading, had everything about him. Transfer deadline day came around, and every club you could imagine wanted him, and he went to Bayern. So we lost the big striker, we lost our biggest midfielder. We brought in a couple of nice free transfers. So Liam Miller, the Canadian winger, he came in. Absolutely brilliant. Scored a hat-trick on his debut. Really, really, really good. We brought in a centre-back called Ronnie Edwards. Sounds like, is it Ronnie Pickering? That's all I can think of his American name. I'm Ronnie Edwards. I play centre-back. First season, absolute duff again. I don't know how many centre-backs I keep signing and they're just awful. It's like, oh, you look really good. Hello, Kevin Schlotterbeck. Just go over that. He nearly appeared in FM playoffs this week as well. He nearly got selected because Limo thought, oh, Schlotterbeck, there he is. No, that's not Nico, that's his brother. He's
not
a
that
really
one.
terrible
Run,
one.
Limo,
run. We got rid of Schlotterbeck. That's really important. We have actually got rid of him. So, yeah, we put £20 million of that Amrani money on a striker called Spacito from AC Milan. I can't get a goal out of him. He's been terrible, and it's just really, really frustrating. So we carried on that season. We were doing all right. We just kept on having patches of form where we'd not win for 10 games, then we'd win 10 games in a row. And it just kept on going, flipping between. And we got to January, and jokingly, when Renier left, I was like, oh, Jack Grealish is there. He's transfer listed by City. They want 12 million for him. Ask the agent about availability. No. Bleep word off. Like that type of way. Not a chance. He don't want to come anywhere near you. So, okay, fair enough. Got to January. I was like, he's still transfer. There's only 4 million now. Not going. Nope, nothing. Got to transfer deadline day. 1.2 million he was up for. I was like, right, I'll have a word. Went in first bid, got to the contract stage, went, right, walk away, not going near that 150 grand he wants. Can't do anything about that. I'm going to put a bid in. I'm going to do something that the computer does to me every single time is do wage contribution. So I put wage contribution in. I got City to pay 80 grand of his 120 grand's worth of wages, or 130 grand's worth of wages, and I paid 1.2 million for him, and that was it. And he came in, and he's 33. I've got Jack Grealish at Pescara. It's like, this is brilliant. I don't know how I've done this, but this is perfect. So I get him in, and he comes in, he plays a couple of games. He's quite tricky. I can play him across anywhere across the midfield. You can play him out on the wing, but probably best playing him just behind the striker. Nice and creative. I wanted to do central midfielder attack. He's just not got the stamina or the acceleration for it. We played against, so we brought it back onto stream again. We played against Inter Milan, and we were 1-0 down. Second half came, and it might have been Skinner. He played he tried to play a pass out to the right back, and Grealish was on the left wing, and Grealish suddenly got his pace back from nowhere, intercepted it, and scored an absolute worldie, like from the edge of the box. Then he got to like the 85th minute. He gets the ball on the edge of the box, slams it into the top corner, scores 2 goals on his second game with the club. They're just like, right, instant hero. Jack Grealish is here. We've got it done. And it kind of just springboarded our season. And we had a chance of getting Europa League, but we drew some stupid games. We beat Inter Milan, as I said. We beat AC Milan at the San Siro, which was obviously really impressive because we still have got a squad that's I think it's like the 15th highest wages in Serie A, and then our turnover ratio is still like 19th. Like everything we go just doesn't go anywhere. It's frustrating that way. So like we brought another centre back in, so Slotterbeck left, and I brought a centre back in called Rafa Marin. He's a Spanish centre back, left sided, and he came in. And for the first time since probably season 2, I bought a centre back who got above 7 regularly and could head the ball on corners. He just took charge in the midfield. And then Ronnie Edwards finally started to step up as well, so that was good to see. We've still got Rocker, who's also been a rock at the back. See what I did there. See. And we brought in a wing called Mirabel, who's all right. We played him at central midfielder attack. He seemed to get a few goals, but we were flitting between that. We beat Roma, and then we lost to Napoli, and then we drew some 2 stupid games. And if we'd not drawn them, we would have got Europa League, which is really frustrating. And I was just like, we finished 9th, and this is the second season in a row we finished 9th. And I got to the transfer window, and they went, "Oh, we've got 4 million quid for you." I was like, "Gone through all this." I was like, "We've added 20k to your wage budget." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." So I got into the second season, get into the next season, and like we've got these players that developed. There was a couple of players that we brought in. So I actually brought back Vagani. I don't know if you remember from the first 2 seasons, the guy who got 67 goals in 53 games for us and then got sold. We brought him in on a free. He only played a handful of games, and I got rid of him the next season. But one of the things that he did, he came in and he scored the 2 winning goals against AC Milan. I was like, there you go. You're in folklore. You're done. Everything's done for you now. That's a nice little send-off for you. That's probably the end of you. But we also brought in this Turkish striker who I couldn't register because the non-EU rules in Italy means you can have a certain number of players, and you can only bring in a player if you get rid of a player. So I couldn't play him, but I looked at him in the reserves. He was 18 years old, and he's got 19 dribbling and 19 flair. And I'm like, you're 18 years old and you're this good already. I mean, he had a lot of other attributes around him that were really good. So seeing where he goes will be really exciting in the seasons to come. But we got into the next season, and we didn't make big roads. We spent as much as we sold out. We brought in a centre back from Bromby who had 18 tackling and marking and stuff like that. He seems to slot in quite nicely alongside Marin. And then we picked up a left back for free called Alvarez, Juan Alvarez. And no, it's not Juan Alvarez. That's a central midfielder. Jesus Vasquez we brought in, and he's just really good all-rounded left back. And he started terribly, and then just got better and better, and just seemed to be on the assists, seemed to be on the goals. Worked nicely. Jack Grealish still chipping in with assists and goals. Strikers we're still struggling with. Like, I can't get more than 3 or 4 goals out of the strikers, but we're getting goals from elsewhere in the pitch. I've picked up a few midfielders and scored long shots and free kicks and corners. And I think I finished the stream and had drawn like 2 games and lost one, and it was like to Monza and Salernitana. It's just like, I can't be bothered anymore. Nothing's happening. Like, I can't just get this save going anywhere. And then I went on stream yesterday, and I think our first game was Sampdoria. We beat them 2-1. And then we played at Roma, away at the Olympico, and we were 1-1 until the 90th minute, and we scored a 93rd minute winner. I think that was Grealish, actually. And then we played AC Milan. It was 0-0. AC Milan were all of us over us for the entire game. 93rd minute came round, and I've got this Danish striker that I picked up, 18 years old, 6'4", tall and big. I figured, because I've got loads of small strikers, so I figured, right, let's try with Italian man. Let's try this 18-year-old Italian man. Brought him on as a sub, and he scored an absolute worldie as a winner in the 93rd minute for us against AC Milan. And I need to check with, probably more likely with Kev's Scandinavian contingent, how to say it, but I'm going to call him Huggy, because that's what it reads to me. Patrick Huggy. So, but yeah, Patrick Huggy. So he was great. And then we just continued on from there. So win after win, picked up. We went to the Coppa Italia against Venice, and I just did a slight change team. We lost 2-0 bizarrely, but then we picked up more bigger wins. And now we're sat just after the winter break. We're on 34 points, and we're sat in 4th place. And we are very, very competitive. And Europe could beckon, but it's just like when you look around us, the table at the minute is Juventus, AC Milan, Napoli, Pescara, that's us, Lazio, Roma, and then Inter, and it just shows all 7 teams, I think, are within 3 points of each other, so it's just how competitive it is, and it's remaining competitive with that. I've got no money to spend again. I've got no... I don't think there's too much interest in any of the bigger players, which is nice. So... I just need to get a striker on the go. There's an Irish striker picked up from Man City. He's got really good finish. He's got finishing composure, technique, and off the ball all above 15. But he just can't score. And it's really frustrating. It's like you've got everything you need to score. You've even got pace as well, but you still can't score. So it's where that goes. And I think one of the biggest changes that I made in that season before was training.
Mm-hmm.
We were just leaking goals left, right, and centre, and I just made a training that I put on pretty much every other week. That is, well, not every, sometimes every week, which is just right. You're defending all week. That's all you need to learn. You need to go old school Italian football. We're not conceding any goals, and it worked a treat. Worked an absolute treat. And then also just doing the physical. I paid quite a lot of attention to the physical side of things because the amount of attributes get benefit of resistance training, quickness training, and is it endurance as well? All those 3 are so key for your training for your players, for work rate, teamwork, ball control, jumping reach, all those nice things that you need to have for your defenders and your attackers as well. So that made a difference. So I'm quite excited again. I think it was, to paraphrase, just when I thought it was out, they pulled me right back in yesterday. Really did. And it was really nice to like push on with this Pescara team. And Jack Grealish is still doing it. He's 34. I now just put a picture of Jack Grealish up in the corner of the screen. I did quite like it yesterday, and somebody asked me, is that Grossy Gore? So this is a horrible League of Legends YouTuber. Oh, this is Jack Grealish. That's who's in the corner of my screen. Why would I have a... No, I'm not going to go into that YouTuber anyway, but yeah, don't look him up either. But yes, it's Jack Grealish. So yeah, drunken Jack Grealish sits in the corner of my streams now every single time. I'm excited again about Pescara. I was quite worried about it. On another save, I'm doing double save update here. Ooh. This will be my offline save now. Is I was watching Dupes. So Dupes started with the updated database from Sort Out SI. We'll put a link in the description. I downloaded that. I went, right, I'm going to go to Leeds, and I sold everybody pretty much. All of them. Just got rid of pretty much defenders anyway. Liam Cooper, straight out the door. Know how bad he is. off he goes. Ayling went. I'm trying to think who else we got rid of. We got rid of Lorente. We got rid of Stroik. We pretty much just gutted the entire defence, trying to get rid of Stuart Dallas as well. Just like start again. And I just went, oh, you used to play for Arsenal, or you've been on loan from Arsenal. I'm going to buy you now. Apart from Malang Sarr. But yeah, so now we've got a back four. Nuno Tavares, Malang Sarr, Pablo Mari, and then Cedric at right back. And then we picked up Yasser Asprilla. We picked up Alex Scott because, it's FM23. You've got to buy Alex Scott if you've got any type of money. And we're playing 4-4-2. That's all I care about. 4-4-2. We've got Undav as a backup to Bamford because he's got biscuit legs. And I've started the season undefeated. We're on to, I think we're into September already. But it's quite a fun save to do because it's just like we're in the championship and we're playing 4-4-2. We Nuno Tavares is amazing. I didn't realize how good he is. Like, he's got pace, he's got crossing, he's got everything about him. I don't know why he's not been picked up in more drafts and other things, or people haven't ranted and raved about it. Like, I looked him up in the Pescara save, and he's at, where was he? He's in Saudi Arabia already before Saudi Arabia was cool. So that's where he is now. But yeah, that database is quite fun to do. Like, it's just basically moved all the teams around, it updates, I think, every day where they put all the transfers in. So you'll be out of date immediately by the next day. But it's quite nice that there's a side of the community that's doing all those updates for you. And I think Dupe's almost doing the same with Man United, where he's just gutting them and just wanting to start again to chase City. So I think Fred and McTominay and all those left immediately. Harry Maguire, out you go, and let's try and start again, build from there. So doing it with Leeds is quite fun. I don't think the ownership was updated, but it didn't matter anyway, because I sold £63 million worth of talent and brought in about 40. So yeah, it's kind of balancing the books a bit. But yeah, been a bit of fun. I've reinvigorated my love for FM23, despite being incredibly busy, but being off work as well. It's those two databases, definitely.
Well, that's fantastic, though, isn't it? I mean, we're in the middle of June. This is a long way into the game cycle. And so the actual fact that we're just able to play FM23 is not the draw anymore, because we've been doing it since October last year. So finding the save idea is the important thing. So fair play to you on that one. And yeah, I mean, the Pescara stuff as well is fantastic in the sense of it draws you back in again when you've got some stuff you can achieve. So awesome stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I think your point about the Pescara save was really interesting, Jeb, because I've had that loads. I think less streaming, more offline, where you get to a point in a save, especially like you said, you'd finish 9th twice in a row, and then your budget was really underwhelming, and you're like, what? I don't want to do this again. Like at FM season, as you say, as a working man, you don't have an awful lot of time to play Football Manager, so getting through a season takes a long time, and so. You genuinely sort of have the debate in your head, do I want to invest this X amount of time again to finish 9th or worse next season? So it's great to hear that actually you're doing better this year, because obviously you'd hate to have to do that again, because it happens so often. The amount of times I have people coming into my chat and saying, I think I literally had someone yesterday saying, I've done 2 or 3 seasons and I'm bored. Why am I bored? You know, what can I do to make this more interesting? And Kev's right. We're in June. This isn't a new game now. There will definitely be people, perhaps one of you 3, who have already got their FM24 ideas planned, you know, so especially with content creation in mind. Personally, I haven't. Slough. But, I think it's a really interesting point in the game right now. It's getting warm outside. People start remembering that there's things to do outside, not just inside. And it is the time, I think, people might start dropping off the game. So the fact you've managed to not only in your online save sort of bring it back around, but also find a save offline, which you're really enjoying, is fantastic. And that's great advice for anyone who's currently struggling. Go and try a new save. Try something different. Do something fun. I've said it before on podcast. A relegated Premier League club to the Championship is always fun. That's always a fun save, because you've got more money. You've got players that you can just get rid of for a lot of money and reinvest. It's just a fun save. It really is. And it's one that, even if it's a short-term thing, is good.
I think it's the same, like I said, that mid-season save. I think, speaking of our personal friend of mine and Kev's, Dr. Benji, who's obviously in the playoffs this week, but like watching him, he's done 9 days straight of afternoon streaming after being off for 3 months of just doing the Norwich save, and he's having so much fun with it. I mean, stupid. He's basically copying my Pescara save. He signed Balotelli, he signed Ibrahimovic.
It's nice to know he watches the content, though, Jeb. Is
exactly, I did that months ago, but no, like, he's having loads of fun with it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how he got De Ketelaere to the Championship. Like, I mean, that's a stroke of genius. But there we are. But it's getting that reinvigoration, and I think one of the things that I have with Pescara as well, Roma is still the parent club of Pescara. Like, we're still that. Like, even in Serie A, even though I'm beating them, like beat them twice in the last 3 times we played them. And I'm going to the board like almost every 2 months going, hi, can we have a new stadium? We can only hold 20,000. We're selling out every week. No, okay. Hi, can I have a new stadium? we're selling out every week. We're only going to hold 20,000. No, okay. And it's just that. I think that's where the frustration is. It's just like, we need to cut the ties with Roma. We're big enough now. So maybe that European, maybe even Europa League would be nice this season. Champions League obviously would be great, but we can get Europa League. But to be fair, we're in shot with a title, but there's
something about though going into one of those slightly lesser European competitions and feeling like you've got a chance to do something in it that's really important, I think, for the growth of a team. So my Europa Conference League stuff has done that for me at times. But so I think finding any form of European spot is going to do the world of good. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm just delighted to finally meet another Nuno Tavares enthusiast, because he's so good. He is so good. I mean, I've not used him this year, but FM22, he was one of my go-tos. Like, he was always available, always affordable. And like I say, really, really shocked that he doesn't pop up in more people's drafting teams as well, because I couldn't tell you what his value is in PvP, but he does a lot of things very, very well. It's one of those players that always seems to, you'll pick him up after a season or two, because he'll get transfer listed by Arsenal, and you can get it up. I think last year, you're averaging around anywhere between 3 and 5 million for him. And he's a first-team quality left-back. And then if he played well 2-3 seasons in, bigger clubs are always coming in swooping for around the 24, 25 million pound mark. So he's one of those players. He is one of those players. I really like the idea of the updated databases with a relegated team. I think that's the kind of thing that, again, if you're struggling for content ideas, if you're struggling for ideas for a save in general, to me, it's the kind of thing that would be drawing me in, because it could be a short-term thing, it could be a longer-term thing. I mean, it's one of those fun ideas.
I've got a save idea for any of you guys, or probably more likely listeners or viewers. And I don't know how updated it will be, but Morecambe got relegated from League One last season. Their finances will be terrible, and because I'm from Morecambe, like that's where I grew up, so I've got friends who go to them quite regularly, seeing ticket holders, etc. Apparently, they've got 6 players on their books, and that's it. And they're in League 2. It's not like they've just been promoted to like the Conference League South. They're in League 2. I don't know how updated it'll be. I don't know if you're going to have to a mad contract scramble or anything like that. But yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. They're always a difficult save to do anyway, because you just can't get money. I mean, I did them. I still remember I did them a couple of seasons ago where I managed them, got them up to League One. I had Curtis Jones on loan for Liverpool, I remember. We got them up to League One, doing really well, just couldn't get any more money out of them. And I think I jumped ship to, might be Northampton or Stoke or somewhere like that. And I remember I think I left them in 7th, and Joey Barton took over. And no word of a lie, Joey Barton took over, and there was something like 16 games left to go, and Joey Barton lost all 16 games and got them relegated.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh, outstanding.
That does sound like a really fun save. 6 players, start again.
Yeah, exactly.
6 players, no money, sign me up. That's quite incredible. Quite incredible. I have a very brief save update actually this week. It's a save from a previous FM. If you listened to last week's podcast, you might have heard my story about how, as it turns out, I currently work with a real life footballer who I have managed on Football Manager previously. And we had that conversation this week, and it was met with a combination of, I think I saw it as happiness, confusion, and horror. So, cheers, Sam. I told him, I realised you're Worcester Raiders fan, Kerry. He said, yes, I am. So that's very interesting, because I play a lot of Football Manager. And then he went, oh, do you? I do. And as it turns out, in the past, being local, I have done Worcester Raiders saves. He went, oh. And I was like, yeah, you were my boy. You were my boy at right back for many, many seasons. And that's when he started to look quite uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, I am your former manager. And he was like, oh, okay. Then he kind of warned to it. He was like, oh, how did I get on? And I was like, he did very well. We got promoted a number of times. We had we've had a couple of cup runs here and there. I think he was quite happy with that. But he's barely spoken to me since. So, I think I've burnt a bridge there in hindsight. I think I've definitely burnt a bridge. But I do need to have a conversation with him. I do need to have a conversation with him quite soon, because, he's a young, athletic man, plays a lot of football in real life. He's in good shape physically. And that's something that I'm looking to do, if I'm completely honest with you. It's something that I'm looking to do because
Segue.
I know.
That was so good. That was such a good
amazing,
segue. I feel like you deserve a round of applause.
I mean,
cheers, boys.
One day we won't ruin it by mentioning them, but I mean, these ones are just incredible.
That was so good. I was in awe.
The key is just accepting it quietly and moving on, boys. Subtlety is something that, again,
I mean, the worst part is he's going to tell us he's playing five-a-side at goals this week.
Yeah, 5-a-side goals. I'm off down the park after this with the boys for kick around. No, I'm looking to get into shape because word on the street is there is going to be a quite exciting charity football match happening on the 29th of July. I say word on the street. We announced it on podcast last week. Callum, any updates, pal? It's been a busy old week.
It has been a busy old week. It has. This is so horrible. I really don't look at it. Don't look at me. I'm just going to look over here. There's been all sorts of updates. Some I can talk about, some I can't talk about. And there's going to be a lot of sort of updates this week over on the old Twitters. Basically, if you like FM content, the chances are someone you watch is going to be there. And that is an amazing statement to be able to say, genuinely. Can I first of all say, if anyone is listening to this who has put themselves forward to be involved, thank you. Like, it has been amazing how pretty much anyone in the community I've spoken to has been like, absolutely, yeah, I want to be involved in this. Like, this is going to be fantastic. And don't get me wrong, there's been some people who haven't been able to do it, but no one has been like, I don't want to do it. You know, I'm not that interested in it. Maybe they made up reasons, who knows? But everyone who has been involved, we have currently got over 30 people who are available for the game, which is a relief because I'm pretty sure most of us do not have 90 minutes in our legs. So that is good. We do have subs available. The game itself is really exciting. The fact we're going to be playing about an hour before actual footballers play is hilarious to me. I dread to think the difference in quality. If people are genuinely coming in and going, oh, well, it's like a pre-game before the Slough game. Yeah, let's come in and watch and see how it's going. And we'll just be like on the floor laughing, you know, Tony Jameson attempting overhead kicks at the back post. You know, it's going to be a thing of beauty. So as I say, please, if you're anywhere near the area, or if you're not, consider coming down. It's in 7 weeks' time. And as I say, keep an eye on the Twitter. It's exciting. It's genuinely exciting who we've been able to get for the charity game to be involved. They'll be there in the day. You'll be able to meet them. You can shake their hand. I can't guarantee hugs. I don't know if anyone's a hugger. I'm a hugger. Come and hug me.
I've been promised at least 2 so far.
I'm more than happy to give you one of those. And so, you know, genuinely, as the game itself is going to be such a unique thing. I think it is really going to be very unique. We are going to stream it. That's a question that I'm having an awful lot. We are going to stream the game. So if you are someone who perhaps doesn't live in the country, or you just cannot physically make it, that's completely understandable. There will be a stream up where, as it stands, I'm unsure whether it's going to be sort of like a ticketed online thing, or it will just be a case of if you want to watch, you can donate. It'll be something along those lines. We're raising money for Mind Charity. That is the entire purpose of the day. So absolutely, fingers crossed, if you want to watch it, you will be able to, whether you're there or you're watching it online, which is really, really exciting as well. Slough, I know I talk about Slough all the time. They are the most accommodating football club in the country, to my knowledge. They are absolutely remarkable. The fact that I can say without lying that I was on the phone to the director of Slough Football Club on Friday is a weird statement to be able to say out loud, but I was. We were debating. He wished me happy birthday and everything. It was a wonderful time. So yeah, it was really, really cool. Really, really cool. And he's couldn't be more helpful. He sort of, don't worry, I've sorted this for you. I've sorted this for you. I've sorted this for you. We've got referees, actual referees and linesmen are going to be there. I thought maybe some of us were going to just have to turn up in a black kit and stand on the sideline and wave a flag, but apparently not. Apparently we're going to have people who know what they're doing. So that's exciting. So yeah, the game itself, really, really great. Then you've got the opportunity to watch a bit of non-league football. And I cannot talk up non-league football enough. I think it is magic. I think it is really undersold in general. Everyone goes for your Premier League clubs. Come and watch some non-league football. Slough are playing Bracknell Town. Bracknell Town are a team the league below Slough. There's going to be loads of new players there sort of being bedded into both squads. So that'll be quite the spectacle. And then with regards to what I'm talking on right now, we have the pinnacle of the day. We have the FMT podcast live. It is the second time there's ever been an FMT pod live. We said last week we might have a special guest. I can confirm now we do have a special guest. It has been confirmed this week. It is a special guest who's going to be, once again, very, very unique to a Football Manager Therapy podcast. This special guest has not been on before. So it will be very, very intriguing. And we're all very excited to speak to that guest. But also, we're excited to speak in front of all of you. To do this live is such a different experience. It is going to be weird. I mean, I just panicked when 3 people were looking at me. There's probably going to be more than 3 looking at me while I'm talking at Slough. So that's something I'm going to have to get used to. But we will promise you it's going to be a great show. It really is. So if you want to come for the whole day, if you want to come for part of the day, it's £10. It's £10 for a ticket for the entire day. I don't think you'll spend much better £10 this year. I'll be honest with you. For entertainment, as a whole day, it starts at 11 o'clock. It ends at about 7. It's going to be a really, really good day. A really, really good day. And I hope that you can join us, whether it is in body or in spirit online. It would be wonderful.
Well, I'm sold. I'm going. I've decided.
Yes, we've got Kev. I can confirm Kev is going to be there, everyone.
Kev's in. I'm also not afraid to announce myself as well. I'm incredibly excited. I'm treating this whole thing as a scouting exercise. I'm
not saying anything, unfortunately. We will try.
We're crossing our fingers on, Jeb.
Everybody cross your fingers.
Yeah.
July is a very busy month, unfortunately, work-wise, so I don't know where I'll be or if I'll be there.
Yeah.
But just as a thing, I think I might have stumbled across the basis of an FMT challenge here, because I've just loaded up Morecambe in this new database, and they do only have 6 players. They have 6 players, and they're like, there's 1 midfielder, 3 defenders, a goalkeeper, and then there's a youngster who's on £5 a week. So it's like,
what more do you need? About another 10
that would be great. That would be a great challenge to do.
Nice.
Yeah, it really would. My advice though would be, don't start it until at least the 1st of August, because I'm expecting phone calls from lower league managers after the charity game. Like I said, I'm
the
going
scouts
to
will be there.
Yeah,
will.
That's what I mean. Morecambe needs some players, so
yeah, they do.
We'll be straight in.
Yeah.
If you want to come along, Morecambe, everyone's available. Everyone who's playing in the charity game is available for hire.
That lad with the mustache, he was only on the pitch for 5 minutes, and he looked tired for 4 of them. But some of that passing, incredible.
That 1 minute, he was incredible.
That's all it took.
I mean, I know there's some people in the game who genuinely do think that they might get on for the Slough game as well. I don't want to name any names, but there's certainly a couple who are like, I'm that good, I reckon I could play another 90 straight after for Slough.
Mm-hmm. This is it. There are some people they've got the proper like Noah Beckett soccer aid vibe to them. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a handshake from Maurizio Pochettino after the game. I'm going to get signed by a real life football club. It's definitely going to happen. Yeah. This is how it works, and I'm absolutely one of those people. I'm in no doubt. I'm in no doubt. You know, a lot of clubs out there are looking for a just dramatically unfit, definitely 24-year-old attacking midfielder. They can't get enough of them. Cannot get enough of them. Hey, I'm going the full Pescara, Jack Grealish. You know, it won't take much, but there it will be, and then I'll be drunk for a week afterwards. It's going to be sensational, absolutely sensational.
So you're exclusively training cars for the next 7 weeks.
Yes, exactly. Just training cars. Face of an angel, calves of a baby rhinoceros. That was the. That was the Troy Hawk bit. So sorry I discombobulated you, Jack. I don't think Jack knew where he was or who he was talking to, but no, quite incredible. It's going to be wonderful. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited to play football. I know a lot of other people are as well. Some of the feedback from the community has been they've just been waiting for somebody to arrange just a Football Manager creators game anyway. So the fact that it's kind of bundled in with actually getting to go and watch a preseason non-league game, which is going to be so much fun, and then obviously a live podcast in the evening as well. We're all excited. We are all excited. I can confirm that one member of the podcast may be, assessing performances of players on the day, and there may be some feedback from that during pod. So, I'm desperate personally for validation from Kev. So I'm going to try really hard.
Can I talk about my involvement in the game, Callum?
Of course you can.
How that's
of course you can.
So you will undoubtedly, if anybody's been listening for a while, you will know that I will not be able to participate in a football match. I wanted to play left wing. Callum said no. So, it's just one of those things. But we are live streaming this. And so we are going to be potentially putting some commentary over the top of the live stream. And I might be playing a part in that. So within that, I might be able to pick a player of the match award and all sorts of things to present in the podcast. So we're going to do some of that. My wife is furious though, Callum, because whilst everybody's training hard to get into shape to play the game, I've just got to talk more to become a better commentator, and she's furious. So, other than that, it's all going brilliantly well. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. No, it is. I have said it a few times, and I'm going to say it again, and I am definitely biased. It's going to be the best FM day of the year. I don't think anything else rivals it at the moment, unless someone is going to beat it later in the year. I also do think it's going to be the best day of my year until, obviously, I have my child. So, I mean, and even then, you never know. It might still hold it.
I've done that twice, and I could be honest with you, like the first day it dragged. It really did drag. I could do with this being over now. I'm tired. I just want to go home. Can we hurry this up, please? Again, just some really good advice for you, Callum. Not something to ever say to a woman in labour.
Noted.
Really cannot emphasise that enough. Can we just,
I'm going to be starting to a petition to see if we can get Callum's new child to have the middle name of Slough Town. But we'll see.
It's a contender. It is a contender. I can't say too much at this stage, but yeah, definitely a contender.
To be fair, I did some research on Slough Town the other night anyway, because David Brent Life on the Road was on BBC One, so I watched that. So I know all how good Slough is. Yeah,
what a film! What a film! Great album as well.
What a town! My wife years ago, got me surprise tickets to see David Brent and Foregone Conclusion on tour.
No way!
It was quite special. It was a lovely evening.
Oh, I'm so
really,
jealous.
really good. And they sang about Slough, and I have got high hopes. I've got high hopes for a night out on the tiles in Slough. Obviously, got New York, the nightclub that never sleeps. That shuts at 1. All these options.
And Berlin.
Well,
look, and Berlin. Don't get your Hampton caught.
Exactly. I think about that every day. Yeah, you'll see us all in chases after the game on the night out. There we go. Any more quotes? I think we're liable for too much use of other people's intellectual property. So cool. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. July the 29th. You are going to hear that date so often over the next 6 to 7 weeks on podcast. July 29th. Get it in your diary. Find a way to Slough. Come and watch some football. Come and watch double football, and then watch a live podcast, and your life will be enriched for it. That's a possible guarantee. I don't know. It depends how low your standards are, really, doesn't it? But I'm excited. I can't wait. Genuinely, this is the most exciting day of the year for me, because I'm not having any more children. So this is it. This is it for me. Lads, I think we need something to do. I think we need something to do now to close the show. Because
should we use somebody else's intellectual property, but they're quite happy for us to do it?
I think we should. I think we should use somebody else's intellectual property that they're delighted for us to use.
Yeah, we can play the football game card. Look, it focused on the card as well for the first time, so it didn't look awkward. So yeah, there you go.
It really did.
I just can't hold it level for some reason.
There's a small earthquake happening in the East Midlands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What was lovely about that, and again, if you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever you're listening to it, fantastic. But get on the YouTube just for that minute, because there are 3 very different reactions to the announcement of the return of the football trivia game. Yeah. There's Kev's.
Yes.
There's Kev's.
So the
palpitations.
They have now launched officially, so I now have a 250 card box set.
Oh wow!
Including a sample pack. So yes, we have lots of cards to pick from. I picked out 3 today for you guys, and look, I've even brought noises with me. See, look, see, you got that one, and then you've got. It's a little bit of a joyful, but it's also.
It's very cheery. It is very cheery.
Cheery
I'm
noise
going to
of
need
doom.
them.
Yeah.
It's the audio equivalent of a pat on the back for trying, isn't it? That's what it really is. Oh, you had a go, but you were wrong. You just to emphasise you were incorrect. I'm looking forward to it.
First card is.
Come on, camera.
Oh.
You can.
British managers to manage abroad. Going to start with you, Kev, because then you've got a bit more of a chance because you're starting first, and then we'll go Rich. Then
Thanks, Jeb. I really appreciate it. Yeah. British managers to manage abroad. Okay. Does managing your English club in the Champions League count?
No.
Okay. So in that case, then I will go with Roy Hodgson.
Correct.
Who's next?
You, Rich.
I'm next.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I was going to say Roy Hodgson. So instead, I will say Tony Adams.
I'm going to go with David Moyes.
Actually, it's David, but
no, it's not.
David Moyes.
I will go with Glenn Hoddle.
I will go with the man who gives the best press conferences, Phil Neville.
It's not who expected you to say there.
No, or me. I will. You've given me an open goal, and I'm going to put it away. His brother, Gary Neville.
Still not who expected to say on the press conference side of things.
John Toshak.
Graham Potter.
Rolling here.
This is the last one I thought of, I'll be honest with you. I'm now out of ideas after this one. Best Dutch accent going, Steve McLaren.
Can you say it properly, please?
No.
Steve.
Bobby Robson.
The man with the fighter pilot 1940s hair, Scott Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Who is he managing abroad?
He was at Club Brugge.
He's in the Champions League. He's finished already.
He's done now, but he was there temporarily.
Yeah.
Graham Souness.
You lied, Callum. You said you
I literally no, but I thought of it after you said yours. I was like, Souness, yeah.
It's because you want to go in the middle of the Slough Town pitch after the game and just put a big
exactly.
Callum flag into the centre.
That moment is ridiculous. I don't know
Apparently
how
he did it again this summer, but he was allowed to. So.
Okay. I am beginning to struggle. Let's think.
I've got 9 names on the list, to be fair.
9
names.
Is
expanding because it didn't have everybody on there.
Where's my Mario Balotelli t-shirt, for goodness sake? Why always me? Come on, inspiration. Hit me with something. I'm gonna have to pick a really random person and just hope. Let's go for I can't even think of a random person. My mind goes blank completely. What's his name? Former Arsenal manager. Is he Scottish?
4,
I'm just George Graham.
3.
Did he go anywhere else? I don't know. No idea.
I'm gonna have to Google it. So give me one moment.
I very much doubt it was my I don't know, so pick a random name. So.
You've said it now, and now I've gone. Maybe did he go to like Benfica or somewhere like that, or did I imagine that in my head? So I'll quickly bring it up. No, he did not.
No, fair enough. Oh well, never mind.
At least it's a cheery song.
I tried, everyone. I tried.
You did. See now, I can't remember any name that anybody else has said so far. But Jeb has just said Benfica, which makes me think of Mark Hughes.
Oh,
I need to Google that one too. Some of them just didn't come up. Like so,
was it abroad?
I don't know.
I'm
not
sure
100%
Mark
sure
Hughes
about
is
that
managing
one.
Benfica in
FM.
In FM. That's where the overlap comes, isn't it? That's the problem.
It's in Mad Scientist.
Callum needs to get this right to win the round.
Because I had one that's definitely right, and I just
whether Callum does or doesn't, I'd like to come back with another answer that I've just thought of that may or may not be.
That's what I mean. It might start again.
I think it probably is going to start again because I wasn't lying. I don't really have any more. The only one that comes to mind, and I'm not sure if it's right, is Chris Coleman.
Ooh, now that's a definite.
Check.
That's a definite.
Oh,
I'm sure he did.
I thought he did as well, but I couldn't tell you the club.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I think you are very correct.
Yeah,
it is.
Spanish, wasn't it?
Sociedad. He's been.
I was going to guess Sociedad.
He's been over to Greece as well. Yeah, he's done a few.
When I was trying to think of a random person, I was thinking through some Arsenal managers. The one that actually came to my mind, but I couldn't remember his name at the time, and now I can. And I really don't know. Did Bruce Rioch go anywhere else? I've got a weird feeling that he probably didn't, but I don't. It was going to be my guess, but I couldn't think of him, so I went George Graham instead. But probably didn't.
No!
He went over.
Kicking myself.
He went abroad. You're still in. You're still in, Rich.
Am I still in?
Yeah.
Am I?
No, you're not actually.
No, I'm not.
Callum won.
Callum won.
So the two things I need to. So who's managing Benfica at the start of the 92-93 season?
Is it Graham?
Because it's somebody who's Is it Chris Coleman? I don't know. I can't remember.
It might be Graham.
Might be Tosh back in that day. Other names you missed out on.
But I missed Wayne Rooney.
Terry Venables.
I missed Joey Barton. I had Barton and Rooney there in the chamber, and I just didn't pull the trigger on either
Rooney's
of them.
current, Steve Nicol, Adrian Heath, Alan Pardew, obviously went to Applewell, Nicosia, Nigel Pearson, and Phil Brown. Don't forget, he went to India.
Of course he did.
And actually Robbie Fowler, because Robbie Fowler went to India and Australia.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Warren Joyce, Steve Coppell. As old.
Oh, how did we forget Warren Joyce? Come on, boys.
Exactly. I know.
We need to improve our ball knowledge.
He was my next guess, I'll be honest.
Furious.
Right, Callum, you get the start on the next one.
Yes.
Got to turn the
wrong way round.
That'd help. Yep. Stadiums of current English Premier League clubs. What I'll let it have, though, relegated and promoted clubs can be included. So there's 23 stadiums.
Oh, blimey. Yeah. Okay. I'll go Goodison then. Goodison Park.
Is it me next, is it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll go Old Trafford then.
The City of Manchester Stadium.
The Emirates.
Stamford Bridge.
Anfield.
Craven Cottage.
Nicely done. Molineux.
The King Power Stadium.
See, I'm having issues with sponsors.
I'll let either side go. Yeah.
Okay. St James's Park hasn't been said yet, has it?
Villa Park.
Only issue with sponsors, and then you go for St James's Park.
Well, yeah, but it was Sports Direct Arena for a little while, wasn't it?
Yeah. The London Stadium.
I don't know what this one's called. Is it New White Hart Lane?
I'll let you have it because
Is
the
it
Tottenham
Tottenham?
Hotspur,
Yeah.
Hotspur
Oh, is it?
Stadium or
but it's
something
still
like
a White Hart Lane, so yeah.
Okay.
So we're going all 23. So Ellen Road.
St Mary's.
Should have really ticked these off.
Yeah, no, I'm struggling as well. The Amex.
Who haven't we had now is the channel. Turfmoor. Is that Burnley? Yep.
Oh, we're including the clubs that have just come up, haven't we?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bramall Lane.
Yeah, I knew he was going to have to say that one.
Podcast soda, boys.
I don't know. I don't know exactly the name. Is it Kenilworth Road? Is that how it's pronounced? Yes. Come on.
Very nice. Selhurst Park.
Who have we got left?
Do you want to know how many are left?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You know what, guys? You could complete the set. There's 3 left.
Three left. It's just remembering which ones they are.
I know one of the teams, but I don't know the ground.
I now can't remember who's been said. Oh God.
Whose go is it? Sorry, I'm now lost.
Rich.
It's
Rich's.
mine.
Rich.
It's my go. I'm just working my way through. Working my way down. Sorry, what was the question? I can't remember if it's been said or not. But it's the only. I feel like somebody said it, but I'm gonna have to go for it. St James's Park.
I said it.
I
said it.
Bottoms.
I'm really struggling now. I'm struggling to think of the other 2 teams. I can think of one of them that we haven't said, and I'm not convinced to what their stadium is. Yeah, it's good. Who got relegated? Yeah, we've done that one. We've done that one. I don't think it's right. Griffin Park. Oh,
That's their old
This is your
stadium.
soul, isn't it?
come on, Kev.
Just one, Kev. 1 out of
For the
3.
win.
I know 2 of the clubs. I can't think of the third.
You may as well say them, Kev, because we can't. We're out now, aren't we?
But I can't think of the stadium names of the 2 clubs that I know off the top of my head because they're random. So here's my thought process. Because you're both out, I can tell you my thought process. 2 of the clubs that I know are Brentford and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Brentford.
And I can't for the life of me thinking what Forest's name is, and it's driving me nuts. And the other one that I'm taking a punt on being the third one because am I right in thinking it might be quite a big club, Jeb? Or is it not? Is it a top 6 club?
Look at him. He gives nothing away.
Okay, that's interesting. I thought it
Apart
might
from when
be.
I give it away and shake my head.
No, that's fair.
For the audio
listeners.
Jeb shook his head.
So that means I've got to go for one of the 2. So I'm going to go. So Callum just said Griffin Park for Brentford, and that was the old ground. The new one, I'm going to take a stab because I can't for the life of me remember the other ones at the Brentford Community Arena or something like that.
Yes!
Kev gets one.
Yes!
Get in, Kev.
Come on!
So it's
Oh,
the
that is my
G-Tech
place of
Community
birth.
Stadium or the Brentford Community Stadium. So that's what that one is. You also
Forest
missed out
is
on the
City ground, isn't it?
The City ground.
And then I would have accepted Dean Court or the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. I forgot about
yeah.
Bournemouth.
Vitality.
God.
Frustrating.
Wow.
Callum's got one. Kev's got one. Rich, can you get
I'm-
one, or can somebody
I'm
steal
also
the
here.
win on the last one? Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Come on, then.
I'm so happy for you, Kev.
I'm stunned.
Oh.
Premier League managers who are not British, Italian, or Spanish.
What current Premier League managers?
No.
Oh, in general.
In general.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
GG's, boys.
So not British,
Congratulations
Spanish,
to whoever wins.
not British, Spanish, or Italian. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
Don't know where Ireland falls under that. I'll think about it.
Rich, is it you to start? Because me and Kev have started.
It is Rich. Yeah.
Oh, it's me to start. Oh, sorry, boys. So not British, not Italian, and not Spanish. Arsene Wenger.
Roberto Martinez.
I'm just double checking this one.
He's Belgian.
He's Spanish. Who's managing Belgium?
Oh my goodness, he's Spanish.
Welcome to my world, Callum. Welcome to my world.
Oh. He's gone.
He's so confused.
He's just walked away.
His name's Roberto Martinez. How can I not think he's Spanish? Oh,
Thank you so much, Callum. I really
I had
appreciate
so
it.
many answers.
Press the button, Jeb. Press the button.
I'll press it again just because that is.
Right. Okay. So can I just clarify? We're not doing British, Spanish, or Italian managers, right? Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, Jose Mourinho.
It's so funny because it happened to someone that isn't me. Oh, that's outstanding. Patrick Vieira.
Let's go for Scolari.
Oh, how out of all the managers that have managed in the Premier League have you gone Scolari? Because that's the next one that I was going to go for. How is that physically possible? Gus Hiddink.
We're just doing lines of Chelsea managers here. Who was next?
Klopp.
Gus Poyet.
Louis van Gaal.
Wait, what were the nationalities? British, Spanish, and Italian.
Definitely
Okay.
Spanish. Yeah, definitely Spanish.
Definitely Spanish. Okay, because now all I can think of are Italian managers. Stupid brain. Right. Okay. Let's go with. Oh my god! Why has my brain stopped working? Oh, this is the worst thing in the world. Now all I want to say is Roberto Martinez. Is there anything?
Already taken that one.
Oh, sorry. I'll just have to think of a different wrong answer then, shall I, Callum? This should be a lot easier than it actually is. Oh gosh, little fella, glasses. What was his name?
Oh yeah.
Think of any Norwich manager. Think of any Norwich manager ever, apart from the Spanish ones.
Hurry,
embarrassing. Hey,
you're gonna have to hurry, yeah.
You are going to have to hurry me because I've just completely forgotten the names of all Premier League managers ever.
4, 3, 2.
Andre Villas-Boas.
Oh my word! Out of nowhere.
Back to Chelsea again.
back to Chelsea. That was the thought process.
Pochettino.
Back to Chelsea again.
Kev's got Rich on the ropes here, and he's gone in for another blow there.
I'm really struggling here, aren't I? I've got nothing. Right. Okay. There's been so many Dutch managers. Surely there are easy Dutch managers to remember. Oh, who was that? Ronald Koeman.
That was going to be my second answer.
Frank de Boer.
Thank you for choosing my next Dutch manager, Kev. Stop it. Okay. Ruud Gullit.
Ralph Hasenhüttl.
That's a good one. Let's think of... Nuno, former Wolves and Spurs manager. He had a dream. There you go.
Slaven Bilic.
Pulling out some cracking names here. I mean,
that's a really, really great shout. Slaven Bilic is wonderful. Okay, because all I can think from is doing some, like World Cup commentary just before he had his hair plugs put in, and he just looked like Gollum. He really did not look well. See, now I can think about Slaven Bilic. Like most days, to be fair. He crops up quite a lot in my head. Okie dokie. Okay, pick a club, pick a manager that isn't Spanish, Italian, or British. That helps. That's kind of the remit. Okay. No, he's very Spanish. He's also very Spanish. He's aggressively Spanish. Oh, goodness me. Avram Grant.
how many Chelsea ones are we going to go?
There are just so many.
Chelsea.
There are just so many.
Klinsmann.
Oh, that's a really, really good shout. No, he's Italian. Just thinking of Italians now. We've moved on from Spanish to a very, very Italian managers. Forgotten everything. I've forgotten absolutely everything. Jesse Marsh.
Bob Bradley.
Yeah,
to
Swansea,
double check this one. Yep.
With my great knowledge, I knew that was correct.
Mm-hmm. Bielsa.
Michael Laudrup. Oh, the Dead Air makes great podcast.
Yeah, doesn't it though? Doesn't it though?
Going to start rushing it because we're going to be here till...
No, that's fair.
Because Callum's got dinner plans.
Yeah, I can't think of it as the manager. So Brian Laudrup. Did his brother have a stab at it at some point? Have both Laudrups managed the Premier League? No, they haven't.
Oh, Rich.
Kev to win it.
Does Kev have to get it right to win?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, actually.
I think he's about to.
I don't know.
Oh, Kev.
Oh, not now. Oh, boy. Okay. Let me think.
5.
Oh, seriously?
3.
Oh, what's his name?
2.
Le Guin.
There we go. Big dodge for Kev.
Missed. Marco Silva, currently at Fulham.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Ten Hag.
Okay,
did you not say
fair.
Ten? I was
No,
sure Kev said Ten Hag. I thought that was one of Kev's first answers.
You
That's
did
why I didn't
really
go with
well
it.
on all. I think you've pretty much got every single Chelsea manager that's ever managed in the Premier League ever. So, yeah. I think, the only one that you missed, and I don't know if I would have given it, you would have been, you missed Thomas Tuchel, but you could have had Bruno Saltor, that guy who lasted one game before Frank Lampard came in.
Wow.
And you got everybody else who's managed Chelsea since the start of the thing. And there's a lot of them as well, so that's quite impressive. But there we are. Kev's the winner.
Kev.
How did you do on that round, Callum? I can't remember. It was about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'd like to formally apologise. I am very embarrassed. However, it could make for an excellent short. So every cloud.
Callum, I have been where you are, and it will take about 3 days to get over it. I promise you, I have really been where you are.
I just enjoy taking part. I had a good time. Just happy to have been here. There we go. We haven't done that for ages, and I really, really enjoyed that. That was great fun. As it turns out, we're not bad at Premier League stadiums. Dear. Because as soon as I heard Italian, my brain's going, just say Paolo Di Canio, Rich. Say Paolo Di Canio. Just say Paolo Di Canio. Paolo Di Canio managing the Premier League, Rich. Say Paolo Di Canio. No, Rich.
There was nobody from Sheffield Wednesday who could have saved you, or Sheffield United. Carlos Carvajal probably a push, but that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, because he had his little Swansea stint, didn't he? Bless him. I liked Carvajal. He was bonkers, but I did quite like him. That was great fun, lads. I really enjoyed that.
Awesome.
What a way to end the podcast, lads. I don't know about you, don't know about the three of you, but I reckon that's a podcast.
Yep, I'm going to be setting up another parade through the streets like I did last week for my FM save. This week for the trivia contest. So that's my Sunday booked. So apologies for the playoffs this evening. What condition I show up in? Who knows?
Kev's getting a day saver and a bag of cans to the top deck of a bus. Let's go. What a Sunday afternoon. Kev Grealish. Kev Grealish. Here's my bubba. Here's my boo. There we go. What an awful video that was. Now I've made myself sad just thinking about it. Lads, that was brilliant fun. Just before we go, if people want to watch us doing things, Jeb, where can they see you doing the content and the stuff?
Go to YouTube, type in Football Manager Therapy, go subscribe to that, go like a load of videos, go like a load of shorts. I'm not going to be doing too much content because I'll be away, going on an actual holiday, and then I'm back to do some work. But I will be present for the network saves over the next 2 Mondays, and I hope my other network save people will be joining me too. Otherwise, I'll just be sat there going, "Oh yeah, you're right,
you're right." Nobody else is pressing continue. This is rubbish.
I'm sure we can get some guest people into the network save if you wanted, Jeb. Just open up the password.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's quite easy. It's quite
I've
easy.
not done that before. I don't know what you're about. Yeah.
No.
Peace, Jamie.
I wonder where Jamie is. I hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. Kev, you did have just a couple of words you want to say about the tomorrow night's network game before we ended.
Absolutely. So this is for Patreons, basically, who are listening to this on the Monday. We intend to do the network save, but the only potential spanner in the works might be that I'm having a brand new internet connection put in, hopefully on Monday afternoon. It says it could take 2 or 3 hours, and they've given me a 1 till 6 time slot. So if they show up towards the back end of that, it might cancel it or it might push it back. Who knows? So keep an eye out on the socials for it. But hopefully they show up early in the afternoon, get it done, and we can get going. Absolutely. That is the plan. But you never know. Whilst I've got you, for the week ahead, I'm at the United City FM, both on Twitter and Twitch, every weekday afternoon for Twitch, or most weekday afternoons. There might be a couple of breaks in the schedule this week, but considering you've had a network save, a playoffs draft, a playoffs drafts and crafts, and the playoffs matches from me in the last few days, I think it'll be all right if I miss an afternoon here and there. But yeah, most weekday afternoons, come and join us. We are now in Serbia. Yay!
Yeah, you are. Callum, what about you? You've got is it Slough? Is that about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never talked about Slough before. First of all, like Jeb said, find us here, subscribe to the channel. We want more subscriptions because it all helps, doesn't it? It's all, you know, just please do it. It's free. So do that. You can find me here most weeks. Also this week, I am going to obviously be streaming over on Why Callum. I'd like to say keep an eye on my Twitter, because that's where the charity stuff will be popping up. So keep it on there. There's some news. And you'll want to see it if you're at all interested in the day. So yeah, why Callum everywhere.
Exactly.
How about you, Rich?
Well, Callum's coming in hot with news. He's coming in hot with news, and I am excited. To keep an eye on Callum's socials. Just to reiterate what the boys have said, if you're watching this on YouTube and haven't pressed subscribe, just click it right now. Just click it right now. If you've liked it, click the like button as well. Do all of those things. Share it with a friend. Share it with 2 friends. However many friends you have, share it with all of them. Send it to your mum. She'll like us. We're nice boys. If you want to watch me doing streaming, twitch.tv/RichOwensFM. I'm going to be honest, been a bit quiet the last couple of weeks. Obviously, last week we had Path to the Playoffs. This week, Monday, we did the network game. My evenings have just become really, really busy recently, so I haven't had as much chance to stream as I would like, but the Scandi Triple Crown will be returning. I've also sorted out the tech issue I was having on the Spooky Game. So Spooky Game, the sub-goal from the anniversary stream is coming. So if you want to watch me having... You know how?
Oh,
you know
wait
how,
for that.
Do you know how that mini existential crisis I was having trying to think of managers that weren't Italian? Imagine that, but with fear involved as well. Oh, it's gonna take it out of me. So yes, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, just come and hang out. Twitch.tv/RichOwensFM. It's good content. It's dead good content, lads. I've had a lovely morning. I've really, really, really enjoyed this. It's Father's Day. We're recording on, as Callum mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. So I now got to have to spend the afternoon with my family. Was this better? I don't know if they're in earshot, so I'm not willing to say. From all of us here at Football Manager Therapy, thank you very, very much for watching. We appreciate you enormously. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Love you lots. Bye-bye.